स्वार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे तुल्यारविन्दाय तपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः यं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Verse number 40. अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवः यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यः यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि तस्मात् ब्रह्माक्षर समुद्भवम् तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम् एवं प्रवर्तितं चक्रम् नानुवर्तयतीह यः अघायोरिन्द्रियारामो मोघं पार्थ स जीवति यस्त्वात्मरतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्नेव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थः नाकृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः। Here are two sections of what the Lord said in the beginning of the third chapter. Lokesmin Himida Nishtha, twofold lifestyle, committed lifestyle. They are being taught in this section. That is over. Up to verse number 17, Lord talks about the first lifestyle, Karmayogena Yoginam. And as we discussed in length, the foundation of Karma Yoga is to commit to Dharma. Foundation of Bhakti is to commit to what is proper. The word surrender just doesn't mean that you go to temple and then sab kuch hai tera, Swami kya lage mera, and things like that. That's okay. I am not denying that fact. It's good to do that bhajan and do some temple seva. Every moment there is a conflict here, Mahabharata. Mahabharata between what is proper, what my common sense tells me to do, what my wisdom tells me to do, and what I want to do. I is ego, that wants to achieve certain things in certain way. The pressure of desire, of arthakama. We shall see the later part of the chapter. There is no external pressure. There is inner pressure here. Then the person compromises in terms of means as well as in terms of the end. When I have a free will, I have a choice, which animals don't have. Cow doesn't have a choice to be non-vegetarian, and much less a lion has a choice to be vegetarian. I am blessed with the faculty of choice. I keep surrendering this choice to my fancies. I keep surrendering choice to my likes and dislikes. I keep surrendering choice to what I want, like typical my way or highway, that kind of thinking. Rather than that, when I surrender my free will to what is right, when I surrender my free will to what is proper, it's a surrender to Ishvara. Dharma is Ishvara. Satyanarayana, Lord is the truth. And as we know, Lord is the material cause. He is not simply somebody sitting somewhere up above and creating the creation. He is the creator and He is the creation. As a material cause, Lord is everywhere. Like even the material cause of this chair being wood, the creator, though being carpenter, intelligent cause or efficient cause is always away from the chair, but the material cause can never ever be away from the creator. The gold can never ever be away from the ornament, so also the creator is not away. We have this Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam, Sarvam Khaluidam Brahma, etc., etc. But one step further we should know, this is not a static creation like this chair and etc. It's a very dynamic creation. And it is a very intelligent piece of marvel. Shankaracharya writes in Kena Upanishad Bhashyam, Manasabi akalpyamanam. You cannot imagine. Beginning from micro level, the cosmos, if you look, it is always wonder to know. And at micro level, if you look at these particles and all this body system, everything is wonder. And it is not only intelligent creation, intelligent for given purpose. It is not like modern art. Sometimes modern art paintings, you don't know what is a painting. You require a painter to understand what is a painting. This fellow went for this exhibition, painter's exhibition. He had kept in art gallery. This fellow went in. The painter knew from the body language and things like that, this idiot doesn't know anything about art. But if you know little bit English, you know some adjectives, beautiful, awesome, excellent, like that. So this fellow started commenting. And then he said, come along. Poor fellow has to sell the painting, so he went along. And nothing other than adjectives. Finally, he went to one of the paintings, in the gallery, one by one, he stopped and said, what is this? Such a useless painting. You don't know how to paint. So dirty. The painter got so annoyed and said, sir, it's not a painting, your reflection, it's a mirror. This creation is so intelligent that you cannot find a single thing which is redundant. Like those traditional wristwatches, so many screws and circles and all are connected. That means all the laws that sustain this universe is Bhagavan. So also there is a law for human conduct. There is a gravitational law. There are different laws, scientific laws. There are psychological laws. But there is a law which can govern your lifestyle. These laws are values, satyam, etc. and what has been talked with us. When I surrender my free will to these laws, which are not separate from the Creator, Creator Himself is these laws, that is surrender, that one needs to learn. It's not just confined to temple surrender, not just confined to some bhajan surrender. That's okay. But that is, you can say, like a pilot plant, and one has to grow out of the walls of the temple, and in day to life, moment to moment, that awareness. That is a strength. What is a strength? Not that I change the world the way I want. This is modern. They had this advertisement. We had once cigarette wills. And that advertisement was, I get what I want. Idiot. Are you talking? This fellow, when elections were there, our BJP leader Narendra Modi was telling, Achhe din, good times, and I'm going to change the country. And he is changing, no doubt. Rahul also was telling, I'm going to change the country. These youngsters send me WhatsApp. Both of these fellows are telling to change the country. They can't change even TV channel once they get married. Let them get married and then talk to change the country. Both are unmarried. What are you talking of changing the country? Coming to this, surrender is to this life, the conflict, that is a strength. I can say no to myself, that is a strength. I may change the world, but then incapacity to say no to myself is the hell. And the classic example is Ravana. What a powerful guy, had no strength with himself. So, that is the first surrender, that is a basis for Karmayoga. And what is the next step of Karmayoga? As a partaker, as a beneficiary, as a receiver in this universe scheme of the things, which is like cyclic. What kind of cyclic? It is symbiotic. Everything is interdependent upon it. There is no independent thing. The people say, I am a self-made man. What do you say? How can you be self-made? At least you require parent. You did not make yourself like this. And if you were self-made, you would have made your face like this at least. Otherwise, why should you do makeup? Fact that you apply this cosmetics, that means you don't like your face. You want to improve upon it. How can you be self-made? And what you mistake? It's not possible anyway. Nobody. Maybe some hundreds and thousands of the factors have contributed for my growth and for my survival. As a receiver, I contribute, I perform what is expected out of me. Harmony, contributory actions is a second part of a karma yoga. Just doing karma is not a karma yoga. I do what is to be done, that is my share. I have to partake. That is called as kartavya karma. Three types. Kartavya karma enjoined by the Vedas, adhikruta, as per the Varna and Ashramas, common sense kartavya karma. You are faced with a given situation where your mind tells you should do that. What prevents one to do? Pressure of achieving something. Even simple, when I am at a crossroads, driving on the road and there is a red light. Pressure to reach early, the fellow will break the law. Pressure to do, everybody, this is a typical Indian, you should see on highway. When there is a railway crossing, on both the sides, vehicle will be on the wrong side. Then this side they come here, this side they come. Already there is a line of the truck on the main side. Yeah, what is it? Pressure that I should go first and there is some, for whatever reason, time problem or whatever it is. I don't do my contributory actions. Harmony, contributory actions are called as yajna in this section. Yajna means what? Offering to an altar. What is altar? Not an idol of Krishna or Rama or Shiva or Ganpati. The whole creation is an idol. That the whole creation being the Lord. Therefore the Lord is called Vishnu. Ve Veshti Vyapnoti de Vishnu. Very definition of Vishnu is who is all pervasive. And he himself says there are vakyas in the Vedas, Yajno vai Vishnu. This attitude is Vishnu. So first surrendering my free will to what is proper in terms of value. I don't go by my likes and dislikes and my fancies, and I go by what is proper and surrendering my free will to what I have to do. This proper improper basis comes only when you go for desire prompted action. Each individual is born with desires and you have desires. It is legitimate. But then my desires, first checkpoint is that I check whether it is a legitimate end, and secondly the means also should be legitimate. I tell you, see the beauty of Hindu Dharma. And these all Swamis talking chop, not understanding Shastras. They all say, give up desire. What nonsense. You can't. Bhagavan says Gita, I am that desire. Which desire? Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. I am that. Nothing wrong in it. That you have an ambition, nothing wrong in it. That you want to do something, nothing wrong in it. You have free will. And that free will and the capacity to act, capacity to think, capacity to infer and capacity to desire. Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti is there. You exercise it. It has been given to exercise. If you are supposed not to use it, why Bhagavan would give you? It is not some problem with it. It is not like Volkswagen cars. They now withdraw this model because some problem. Bhagavan is not that type of person. Ichha Shakti is given, so you desire. And Kriya Shakti is there. When there is no desire, why would you act? Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu. Dharma aviruddha kama. Any desire which is not in opposition to dharma. Dharma means proper. Okay? Dharma doesn't mean faith. Dharma viruddha bhuteshu aham kamaha. I am that desire. Now, and second part is, I do it, surrender my free will to this Vishnu, deliberately perform my kartavya karma. That what is expected out of me, the duty. Now the question was, is this mandated for all? And we saw what for this is being given in our culture. What for the Vedas emphasize this? Dharmam chara, satyam vada, etc., etc. The purpose we have discussed in the beginning itself, it is meant to prepare one for the knowledge. This kind of lifestyle, this is Karmayoga. Lifestyle of Karmayoga presupposes two parts. One, that I surrender my free will to what is proper and improper when I am fulfilling Kamya karmas. Secondly, if there is a conflict between desire-prompted action and what I have to do, Kartavya karma, I surrender my free will to Kartavya karma. Second part. And of course, third part, it is there in the second chapter. When I receive the result of Kamya karma, there is a prasada buddhi. We'll see that. That Kartavya, this is why the Vedas have given this thing, why they talk of Karma Yoga, so that one can be free from the hold of the likes in this life. One can be master of oneself. I am enslaved by my own mind. Which mind? That is mind which is filled with strong likes in this life. Strong values people carry. Whether right or wrong, they have value structure. And this value structure keeps on changing, it is in a flux. And that pushes them. I become free. That is a relative freedom. What is relative moksha? That I am master of my own mind. My fancies, my desires, my values, my likings don't pressurize me so much that I am forced to do. I can manage them. See, desire itself is not wrong. Karma Yoga gives you capacity to manage your desires. Okay? That means freedom from likes and dislikes. That means relatively pure antakaran. This is called Shuddha antakaran. That mind is ready for knowledge. That mind is technically, you can say in terminology, ready for viveka. That mind is ready for vairagya. That mind then becomes ready for mokshecha. That mind is ready for understanding the teaching, which is very subtle. And that mind is then capable of owning of the teaching. In Gitaji's language, can be sthita prajna. Now, the question comes, which is Arjuna's question. Should I not give up the karma? That was his question. Bhagavan said, though the Veda emphatically talks about performing the action, the same Veda gives freedom not to perform it. To whom? Who is free? Yastvatmaradireva syat. We saw the two verses. Atma tuktascha manavaha atmanyevacha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate. Naiva tasya krutena artaha na akrutena kasyana na chasya sarva bhuteshu kaschidartha vipasya. The very fundamental pursuit of every human being is to be happy. It is a search for happiness. When one discovers oneself to be Ananda. Which Ananda? Limitless Ananda. Purnam, Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam. That Anantam is Ananda. When I discover that I am that consciousness, then there is no need to do any karma. That knowledge itself is a discovery. We shall see in the second, tomorrow. Some verses will come in the same chapter. Is a discovery, I am Ananda, but akarta abhokta. I am neither doer nor enjoyer. That kartritva bhoktritvam, which is purely born out of ignorance. That is the cause of the samsara chakra. Karma, phala, punya, papa, janma, goes on. When then that itself is called ego. Ego doesn't mean simply arrogance. People make mistake in saying that person is very egoistic because arrogant. Everybody is egoistic. As long as one doesn't know the self, ego. Ego means what? Sense of doership, sense of enjoyership. That ego also is falsified. What is falsification? We'll see. But in one sentence, that one discovers that doership is only incidental, not intrinsic. By nature I am not karta, not bhokta. Atma is not karta bhokta, it is incidental karta bhokta. Hanta chen manyate hantum, hatas chen manyate hatam, ubhav tau na vijanito, nayam hanti na hanti. Neither doer nor subject or nor the object. That discovery one has, the person is free from any kind of obligatory karmas. Both a person is free from any karmas. Why? Desire prompted actions are not. Understand? Because when we, that second chapter, Sthita Prajna section, when he says, Prajahati yada kaman, he gives up all kamas. Please understand, kama is a technical word. Gitaji is a technical text. People not knowing this keep translating. Kama simply doesn't mean desire. Kama means fulfilling which I will feel fulfilled. That is kama. Any desire fulfilling which I will feel fulfilled. And that desire comes from the fundamental misconception, notion that what? I am unfulfilled. Fulfilling which I feel that I will be happy. That is born out of the basic notion that aham dukhi. And this is the samsari. Marriage is not samsari. Having some place or some ashram is not samsara. People tell me also, come and say, Swamiji, aapne to bada samsara kar diya. Swamiji, you have a big samsara? What is big samsara? Because you have a big ashram. What does it mean by big ashram? This is not samsara. That I am a beggar of happiness is samsara. Then I look for somebody to make me feel good. That somebody to make me feel self-satisfied is samsara. The one who has this vision has nothing to do. Listen this. When you require nothing more than yourself to be happy, nothing more than yourself, that is wisdom. I don't require it because I am happiness. And then nothing else, when you don't require anything to feel happy, nothing else will make you happy. It is what? It like an ocean. It doesn't require a drop of water to make it full. It is full. So it may be some hundreds of cusecs of water being poured into ocean by the rivers. It's not going to feel any more full because infinity is something which is not subject to improvement. Wise man is full. Naiva tasya krutena arthaha na akrutena kasyat. Na chasya sarva bhuteshu kasyid artha vapashraya. There is, in other words, people always have agenda. Notice in companies, and the board meets, before the board meeting there is agenda. These are the things to be discussed and accomplished. There is the agenda here. Agenda for company, called myself. Agenda at the body level, I think I should, the fellow starts, what is my weight? Oh, 1.5 kilo more. That is first agenda. Then looks at the mirror, oh, I think I need some cosmetics. Second agenda. Formally, we were lucky. See, we were lucky that blackberry and apple were real fruits, not mobile. So we had the time to play out and enjoy the game. This modern time, the sensitivity, the subtlety of likes and dislikes is so much. There are hundreds of things to make you unhappy. Hundreds of things. All that is agenda. The person who has no agenda, neither for himself, much less for the world. Some people don't have agenda for themselves, so-called ideologue leaders. They want to change, bring in the new philosophy and all that. No agenda. When there is no agenda, na sarveshu bhuteshu na kaschid artha upas. They don't depend on anything. If at all there is agenda, it is value addition. Understand? River pouring water in the ocean is just value addition. Doesn't make any difference. This is Sankhya Yoga. Now, what Bhagavan started, he completed. He said, I'll talk to you about two things. Karmayoga for the yogis and Gnana Yoga. Gnana Yogena Sankhya. What is Gnanam? I said so. Now Arjuna has to figure out what he should be doing. See, this is though it is not relevant for you, but you should know. This is the quality of a teacher. Teacher will not give commandments. Teacher will unfold and make the students see the things. All along the Gita. Even in the end, Bhagavan doesn't say do this. He told on his own, Karishye Vachanam. He enforced, let him see the truth of it. And still Arjuna couldn't see, and Arjuna asked him, why are you pushing me to this gruesome action? Bhagavan said, therefore you need to do this. Since you have asked me, I am just telling you, this is the reason. What is the reason? See that next verse. Verse number 19. Tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Hey Arjuna, karyam karma samachara. Karma means action. Karyam is in a sense of kartavyam. That which is to be done. Action that is to be done. Obligatory actions or contributory actions or dharma actions. Samachara, perform it well. Achara means do, perform. Samachara, samyak achara, do it well. Therefore, now therefore comes. Bhagavan says the wise man has not to do anything. Therefore you perform. Again same problem. Arjuna will have. Therefore, but how? Two things. How should I do karyam karma? How Arjuna? Through the shoulders of Arjuna, we are told what I should be doing. As a common man. You do karma, do actions to be done, but with samachara, perform well, and asakta san, without attachment. You'll see these words. Why? Purushaha, person, a human being, the last word in the line, the Purushaha asakto hyacharan, asaktaha Purushaha acharan karma param apnoti. That is a prose order. Unattached Purusha will gain param. Param means limitless, moksha, Brahman, etc. Please understand one thing. In the Shastras, when the Purusha word is used, most of 99.99% it is for Jiva. The sex issues, male-female issues only with reference to body. Jivatma is neither pulling nor stealing. You know this? Now modern style, you know, Vedas are scientific. Let us tell something. So, this modern, our Walmart business, when you buy something, they have barcode. You know, when I saw last time, this Amazon has still some more refined thing. Amazon itself has own store now. So far Amazon was supplying, but there is for the employees they started some those card holders, you know, premium card or something, $100 if you and you become prime customers.
Prime.
So there you buy some 50 or 100 items. Usually now you have to put on a ramp and she passes one by one. Here you just show the bag, the machine reads all the things. The bill is over. Like the scanning the entire page, you know. So the barcode, I am sure, on the books of Bhagavan, there will be barcode for all of us. Because this year he is Bhaganlal Jagannath. Next year he may be Mr. Pig. How do you know? The karmas he did according to all these yoni, he keeps traveling. Then sometimes male or sometimes female, sometimes man, sometimes some animal, sometimes some bird, sometimes some fish. It is all this crazy ride. So there must be barcode. So they learned barcode from Bhagavan only. It is there, not new. Anyway, coming back to this, Purusha means the individual. Okay, Karta. What? Doer. There is no linga for doer. And the woman doesn't say, I am doeri. And the man doesn't say, I am doer. Karta is karta. Simple as that. So this karta means ignorant fellow. Therefore I say jivatma. Why I say jivatma? That because Bhagavan says he has to attain moksha. Attains param. The one attains moksha only when he or she discovers that I am param Brahma. Attains the knowledge that I am nitya satyam jnanam anantam Brahma. That you gain, who? Purusha, means jiva. As of now, jiva, karta, bhukta. This jivatma, who is unattached and performs his karma, means all kartavya karma, gains moksha. Now let us see this one by one. In the earlier class I talked to you that Veda talks of 4 types of karma. Kartavya karma, Kamya karma, Pratishiddha karma and Prayaschitta karma. All the karma kanda section can be divided into this whole portion. It's very voluminous. Lot of things has been mentioned in karma kanda, but you can reduce the thing into 4 types of karmas. Kartavya means obligatory actions. Kartavya means this is to be done. And this is to be done has few categories. One, universally to be done. All ethical values, they are universal. Then according to your position and status in the life, varuna ashrama, some extra karmas. And lastly, according to common sense, day to day, some karma. These are all kartavya. Some of them to be performed daily, some of them weekly, some of them monthly, some of them yearly, some of them on a festival day, something, etc., etc. is taught. Darsha Paurnamasa Yajna. So some yajnas are there to be performed on Amavasya day, some to be on Purnima day, some on holy day. These different karmas, like Shraddha. Let's say only once a year. You can't perform this daily. And Tarpanam is once a month, but with a clause, once a year or once a month, provided father is dead. Otherwise, don't start the Shraddha in advance. Because I may get time or not. This is all called Naimittika. There is some nimitta. Kartavya karma. I find myself born with desires. I have a mind which is full of desires. And as I grow up, it gathers few more desires. Culturally, society, media, teachers, peers, so many. Those actions which are primarily prompted by desire is called kamya karma. Kama means desire. Desire prompted is called kamya. Kamya karma, actions, desire prompted. Third is pratishiddha karma. Certain actions which are not to be done. What is not to be done? This is forbidden, you can say. No, with that big no. Never ever. Why? This is a principle behind it. Certain actions, if done, it will disturb the harmony. What Lord said, pravartitam chakram. That harmony, that symbiotic existence of the creation may get disturbed. And secondly, why it is not to be done? I have right, I have freedom to act, I have freedom to desire. But then there is a society in which I live. And just as I have right to fulfill my desire, others also have rights. So that in fulfilling my desires, I may not infringe upon others' rights. Like simple, I want to live. Nobody wants to die. And live happily. Others also want to live and live happily. So those karmas, if I do to live or to make myself happy, but at a cost of others' life or at a cost of others' happiness, no. These are all nishiddha. Nishiddha means forbidden. No karma. And he talks about there is some more karmas also, even if it may not be disturbing others. It may not be harming others in fulfilling their desires and their basic needs. But not, remember, the goal of whole structure is moksha. It is not aggrandizing wealth. It is not enjoying more vishayas. Goal of the Vedic lifestyle or Vedic injunction is moksha. Like those religion goal is going to heaven and having a dinner or going to Jannat, whatever. This is moksha. And for gaining moksha is gaining self-knowledge. Gaining self-knowledge requires certain preparedness or shuddha antakaran. Any karma which sullies the antakaran, makes it more dirty, makes it more incapable for gaining the knowledge, that also are forbidden. Nishiddha, okay, or pratishiddha. And last, while I am committed to my duties, harmony contributory actions. I am committed to my dharma and I am conscious of fulfilling my kamya karma. There will be some omissions and commissions. Always. If you are a working person, at the back of the mind there will be something. I think I should finish this, I should finish this, I should do this, I should do this. That omission goes on for a month. And one day you finish, aha, got over. That is always there. Some commissions. I should have done this way, I shouldn't have done this. It happens because of intrinsic limitations of body-mind complex. Now the omissions and commissions are taken care of, either done deliberately or inadvertently. You inadvertently hurt somebody, not meaning that person gets hurt, or doing something. They are nullified or neutralized by prayaschitta karma, like antidote. Simple. Example, simple, there is a good dinner. I like it. And have an extra helping, couple of them. By the time I go to the room, I discover, because they give signals, today I am going to have stomach problems. So there is some prayaschitta to be done. So you start medication before the disease comes. And any medication to cure your ailment is prayaschitta. You got into trouble, either deliberately or inadvertently, either because of your weakness you got into it, or because of your some prarabdha, or ended up doing something which you should have been done and got it. That's a prayaschitta. So these 4 karmas. And I told you in the morning, the 5th one Vedas don't talk about. What, as we call it, daily chore. Karmas for mere survival. That you do it, bathing and all that, etc. Now Karmayogi is the one, what is the foundation of Karmayogi? No Nishiddha karma in the life, first of all. And as far as, and the least prayaschitta karma. I am very conscious about what I am doing and I should be doing, least Nishiddha karma and least prayaschitta. When Bhagavan says, Arjuna, you do act. Earlier he said, you cannot, no one can remain without action. Nahi kaschit chanam api jadu tishtatya karma. Even if you sit physically, this is going on. That everybody knows. If you don't know, sit for meditation. 5 minutes, Gnana will take place. You don't need anyone else. It is their karma. What to do? So if it is natural that any living creature keeps doing karma, why should Bhagavan tell you do karma? When it is said do karma, it means karyam karma. What is obligatory karma? What is harmony contributing karma? What is that is expected out of you? And here, expected karma on part of Arjuna is to fight. He is advising, better you take up the bow and arrow, roll up your sleeves, take the bow and arrow and start fighting. That is what it is expected out of you, because you are a policeman. You are in a police department, not army. Let's say army, not police, that's better. Even those, you are supposed to protect dharma. Being a prince, you are being a kshatriya, it is incumbent on you to protect dharma, so do that. How should we do our duty? How should we perform asaktaha? This is another confused word in India. Unattached. And many people give themselves certificates. Swamiji, I am unattached. Who told you? Modi Modiji brought about self-certification now. You know, in India there is a, when you have a true copy, formally you have to go to some notary and some authority to say it's a true copy. Now you can do self-certification, true copy. You write and sign. It is valid. We knew before. And modern sadhus know much before. They have their own title, Jagat Guru, and then Phalana so-and-so Swami, Manishi. Oh, who gave you title? No, my driver calls for that. Is the problem. All people carry some title. These are so easily 1008, so and so, but who told you? Anyway, unattached. What is unattached? Unattached, don't expect. That is another expectation. I am unattached, Swamiji, to my karma. Then don't do it. If there is no attachment, why you do? Fact that you are doing, that means there is this much attachment that I have to do. That doership, iti, I call it Sanskrit, iti kartavyata, that I need to do is there. That is attachment. What else? No, I act without attachment. Okay. Who told you to act? Swamiji, why you are asking me? It is our duty. We have to do. It is your duty, not my duty. Typical of Saurashtra. It is our duty. They talk in plural. It is our duty. Okay, it is duty. But why should you do? No. I should do my duty. That is attached. What is unattached? Ishvara prityarthe aham karo. This is I do for gaining the grace. I act as a servant of the Lord. Which Lord? Who presents to me in terms of the situation. Who is right in front of me as this very creation, the order of the creation. That is asakta. Unattached means Ishvara prityarthe aham karomi. No other axe to grind. I want my master's blessings, my master's grace. That's it. Or see the whole thing as Ishvara, or see it as a order or command of Ishvara, wish of Ishvara. That's it. Bhagavan is not going to come and tell, hey, I want you to do this, hey, I want you to do this. He presents his wish as a situation. Like a company. A senior executive, when he or she is appointed as a head of a given department, or company appoints a CEO, the chief executive, the executive has been given only one-liner mandate, that you have to run the company, and that too profitably. And that is another line you have to give, because they are not for CSR, So you have to run the company profitably. Every situation that he or she meets with, that is a mandate of his appointed boss. You have to deal with this, so that the company runs. That is it. The God is not going to give you memo every day morning, this is your list, come on, go and take. This is your list, go and take it. No. He presents his mandate in a given situation, and situation dictates or wants, reveals to me, because I have a common sense to see. It reveals to me that I should be doing this. That is his wish. And you do it. That is karyam karma. Okay. And then asakta means to please the Lord. I am doing it for what? May the Ishvara be on me. And one more thing is a samachara. Perform it well. Why is it? Swamiji used to say this vulture. When you see a vulture high in the sky, but it has a very good eyes. From such a height, it can see. Our pilot will have weather problem in landing because of the fog. But vulture doesn't have ice problem in landing. And from some few 100,000 meters away, it can spot the prey. The beauty. The prey, whatever it catches, often has a color of the skin similar to the surrounding. You cannot point it, but that vulture sees. And vulture picks up the prey. Generally, it likes, especially Bombay vultures, it likes those dead rats on the road. It likes the dead thing. From there, it sees. Similarly, human being, however high one may be, there is a vulturous attitude. What will I get out of this? What is the benefit to? Vulture has only sight in a flesh. Doesn't see the beautiful nature. Doesn't see all the fruits and flora and fauna and things. No. Which flesh to eat? Similarly, always there is this attitude, what will I get out of it? It is not only government officials, okay, asking for their cut in the contract, but every individual, at least if not, people tell to us, Swamiji, when I came to Rajkot, I had nothing. I was the oldest. I'm still the oldest, then he corrects. And then he corrects. I was the oldest, and I had no money, and father, this Saurashtra region, there is no rain, and we had land, but there is no water and all that. Slowly I established a business, and brought all my 4 brothers into the business. And we didn't have 2 bullocks. Now each one has a sedan, and each one has a house, etc. I did it. But look at my brothers. They're talking like this. They did like this. I don't expect anything. But they should not say this. I have no expectation. I did it as my duty. But at least, Swamiji, don't you think they shouldn't talk like this? When there was a marriage of my son, none of them stood by me. Why are you telling? There is a vulture. At least someone not to speak of ill of me. One. And the other side of this statement is what? They should speak at least good of me. I have done for this. I have seen nth number of guys. Any person in a public life, this is always there. They should tell. You have been doing great service. You really feel so happy about it inside. You are doing a great seva. You are doing good. Why people want their name in the newspaper? There is vulture. Some recognition, some acknowledgement, at least people should. I tell you, you don't know this. Local, this is the only part in Gujarat, and even in Bombay, the evening newspapers don't survive. In India, generally, evening newspapers have no place. Even in Delhi, which is all happening place, earthquake happening place, very prone to that. Still, there is no in Bombay, Delhi, they have some newspaper only for the airlines. Bombay Mirror, you get in flight. And that also now they don't bother because airlines have stopped giving you newspaper. Few of them, Air India and sometimes Jet on a long distance flight, they give you. This is the place we have 6 evening newspapers. 6. And I tell you, I told one day, one of these, there is one newspaper called Akila, very popular, very powerful. And don't think of the meaning, okay? Akila has no meaning. It was Arvind Bhai, Kanti Bhai, and Lalji Bhai is Akila. It is simple. Three brothers floated this and they coined the name and created a brand. Akila had some function, some job or something, they had invited me. So naturally when you are on their platforms, you have to talk something about them. So I say, you are the pioneer for evening newspapers. They were the first one to start. I tell you, if all of you, some evening newspapers, stop publishing the evening newspaper, 70% of the public life people will go home. They do something for photograph and give it to Akila, please print. 70% લોકો જાહેર જીવન વાળા ઘરે બેસે છે. Nothing to do. This is asking. This is attachment. There's very beautiful bhajan we have. Mere to girdhar Gopal dusro no. Mira, there is a devotee, great devotee called Mirabai. She says, I just look up to my girdhar Gopal, means Krishna. I don't care for anyone else. That is asakta. Even when I diligently, deliberately, committedly perform my duty, my dharma, there is inside some very subtle expectation of appreciation. No. What they say, I don't care. I care for whose happiness? I care for my Narayana's happiness. That is asakta. And one more point. There is another problem which you see all over the world. Any public place, though in a Western world it's quite different than India, any public place will not be maintained as well as their own place. Always. So also, if it is a dharma to be done, little bit here and there, it's okay. That perfectionist attitude comes only when it is to my home and my property. Therefore says samachara. You should be performing extra diligently because you are performing for none other than the Lord. Do it well. No compromise in quality. You know, the typical Indian, when they buy things for puja, it's okay, inferior quality chalta hai, for Bhagwan. If they buy for themselves, if they buy for Brahmana, again inferior. But if it is for his son, this is what I tell you, one needs to come out of one's comfort zone to do the dharma. Both financial comfort zone, physical comfort zone, emotional. This I have to do and I do it best. They stretch. When something is to be given to son or daughter or some relative, and they want the best thing. They stretch. They have some budget, but they will go a little bit out. And when it comes to somebody else, which is to be done, they have budget, they go this side. It is not samachara. Samachara means I do the best, like any kamya karma. Desire prompted, will prompted actions are done with the best possible manner, so also I do my kartavya karma, my contributory actions in the best possible manner, that is to do this. Why? So, if you perform this, Ishvara Prityarthe, you will gain moksha. Okay? Arjun, you will get moksha. Why Bhagavan tells this? Just see this. See, it's a very subtle process, long drawn process that one has to work on upon oneself. Arjuna already has Shuddhantakarana. The very name is Rujutva. Bhagavan gives certificate in Gita. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. You have good heart. Masuchakkaunde, etc. It tells in the later part. You have a good heart. He had a good heart. He was relatively free from the hordes of likes and dislikes. He has lived a life of dharma. He wants to live a life of dharma. Since he is living a life of dharma, Bhagavan is with him. Otherwise, Bhagavan could have been on the side of Duryodhana. He has been. And because of that dharmic life only, he has this moksha. He ended up asking, Yashreyasya Nishchitam Bruhitan. That is there. That means he has a mind which is relatively free from likes and dislikes. But still, finer adjustments needs to be done. He has that purity to the extent of jignasa. To gain the knowledge requires further clarity. Purity, which he doesn't seem to have. I can give a classic example because some of you know. All those men and women who come to Swamiji for study, nobody has pushed them, go to 3.5-year course. They have come out of their own will. That means some Shuddhantakarana is there, some moksha is there, but all of them don't complete the course. All of them don't become brahmacharis and sannyasis. Some of them become brahmachari, but don't take to sannyasa. So many. Some of them take to sannyasa, but still don't get this something here. Asangoyam purusha. Because it is a very subtle process. It requires a special type of mind, special type of shuddhi, which Arjuna didn't have. Mere ethical life is not enough purity. There are so many ethical people in samsara, I know thousands of them. But that ethical life has not given them necessary purity. On the contrary, have seen so-called ethical people are atheists. I don't believe in God. This is Bhagavan. Who says? They themselves certify themselves. They themselves become authority. Swamiji, we need not worship Bhagavan. We need not do any bhakti. We need not study. This is enough. Who told you? Self-certification. Ethical life is necessary, but not sufficient. Understand the word? Necessary and sufficient. Is not sufficient enough to lead one to moksha. A desire for moksha is necessary. Having a teacher is necessary. Listening to Shastra is necessary. But it may not be sufficient for the vritti to take place, knowledge to take place. Arjuna needed that purity. Bhagavan sees it. And there is a pramanam in Mahabharata also. At the end of the war, Arjuna goes to Lord Krishna and says, now please teach me again. There is Anugita. This is Gita and there is Anugita. That makes him Bhagavan Krishna. Krishna is Bhagavan because he knows Sarvagna. He knows this Arjuna is still not ready to own up this knowledge. There will be big but. I know Swamiji, I am Ananda, but that is a problem. But Antakarana Shuddhi is a problem. Chitta Ekagram is a problem. Better clear up that. Therefore he says, you please continue. Why? Then you will get Param. He just says that. And he says, you please tell me Upadesha. Because he says, himself says, I heard it, but I couldn't do some Mandam Nididhyasanam and I don't think I have assimilated. Fine. Therefore he says, Asakto Yachara Karma Paramapnoti Purusha. We shall see some of the verses tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya
Purnamidamdapurnamidasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.